All
It's
right.
crazy. Hello, and welcome everyone to the Evil Hour. We're your hosts. My guy over here, his name is,
I'm Strophic/Dom.
and my name is Sean Graves. And today's episode, we are going to do a little bit of advice columning. And so essentially, we're just going to be handing out some life advice as we see fit, I suppose. Right, Dom?
Absolutely.
Um, But first and foremost, if you are new here, consider hitting the follow button down below. It helps out a ton and you won't miss out on any future shenanigans. And be sure to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and share with your friends. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. All right, shout out to the moderators and in-house news from Rastrophic. And yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh my god. So it's been a rough 2 weeks. I set myself on fire. That was the first. Had to do the
Yep.
old stop, drop, and roll method. So that was the first. That was pretty crazy, man. I never, you never realize how much something hurts until because
Oh,
I hate to put it in this perspective, but this let everybody know. You hear people dying from house fires or fires in
yeah.
general, and you never realize like what that is until it
Yeah.
happens to you. And oh my god, oh my god. So
Jeez.
yeah, that happened, and I'm fine. I didn't get burned or anything. Your boy's okay. Um, but I actually did catch myself on fire, and so that was a thing. And then last week, my brakes went out of my car, my fault, and blew past the stop sign. Okay, didn't get into a wreck or anything. Safely put the car to stop. But life has been final destining my ass left and right. And derby car is done. And in 2 more weeks,
Yes.
you guys will be getting a YouTube video and everything. I should say a derby vlog of this year's
I'm so
derby.
excited.
So I am very excited. But with how life has been treating me, I'm like, great. What's going to happen at the derby, man? Like, are we going to get some close calls? Like, are we going to get a call from me? Like, hey, I'm in the hospital, bro.
And then I'm sitting here going like, do I fly out? Like, what do I do? I
Gotta
can't like
tell
drive to
Johnny,
you,
bro.
right? Freaking yeah, the last 2 weeks. Gosh, is it already? It's the 18th of July, isn't it?
19th.
Jesus. 19th. Sorry. Yeah, you're ahead of me.
Oh,
Um
yeah, that's right.
um so boyfriend unit, his birthday was on the was on the first, no, almost the first week of the month.
Right on.
We celebrated our 2-year anniversary the following week, and let's see. Yeah, aside from work stuff, work shenanigans, working long hours, working for the man, it's all that stuff boring. But I mean, with that being said, July's been kind of a wash for me as far as a month is concerned. I
Ah,
mean, with all the things. Oh, I will say, last night, for all those who are interested, so I've been working on an album, a music album for fuck, I think like the last 5 years or some change like that. Today's episode, And we are gonna do 2-year anniversary. We now have 3 vocals for the album.
hey.
Working on 2 more, just working on some collaborations, working for anybody who's willing to bite on the hook and,
Right, right.
collaborate. So that's been kind of like the bigger thing, the bigger like workhorse right there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm slowly seeing the tracks fill in and everything, and like listening to the album, not as much as I used to, because you
Right.
listen to the songs over and over and over so much that you're just like, none of this is entertaining to me anymore, and you just kind of lose, like, you know what I mean, perspective of
Right.
the art. So yeah, this is why it takes me so long to put out an album, everybody, is because it takes a lot of work.
Oh, yeah, man.
But we're almost there.
It's one of those
We
things
just
like you want to keep perfectioning, but you can only perfection so much before you're like, all right, I'll just put it out there.
yeah, but you know what? Even like with each artist that I've worked with, they brought something different and new
Oh,
to each
yeah.
track. And so like I just write the music and then I just hand it to you. It's kind of like um if I wrote like if I painted a picture, but like, or if I handed you a canvas and said paint me something whatever you want, and then you just threw it out there, and then I was just like, this is awesome, I'll just take it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to me, the music is the canvas, and then the vocals are like what puts on top of it. I have no idea what these people are singing about. You
Right.
know, what
Right.
struggles, trials, and tribulations they're going through, or whatever they're feeling for it. But you can tell by the words and like what
Oh
they're
yeah.
talking about. And so
It's an
there's some
art, man.
lo-fi style. It really is,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's been like the biggest thing that's like really taken off
It's funny that you've
as
been
of
into
late.
that recently because like the other day I was live streaming and I actually said this on my live stream. I only live stream for like an hour because honestly, I just been in a music kick where I just wanted to make my own beats. Or I
Yeah.
honestly recently, dude, I just been remixing music and just like chilling in the room right here and just being in my own little world recently. I don't know why I've been in that mindset, but like I normally go through those periodics of times where it's just like I'll sit here for days slash weeks playing music,
Hmm.
remixing music, and then like next thing you know, then it's just like, okay, now we're live streaming. And then I'll be like, nah, I just wanna I hate to say it, but I just wanna drink and just vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be in my own little
And that's
world. So
and that's why I do like music vlog, music videos,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
music streams, is because all I'm doing is I'm just creating tones, or like in real time, something uh
Which
that
later
you can
on
never reproduce.
after this podcast later on, I do want to ask you about something before I do it.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I'll
sure.
wait for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just remind me because I'll
So
forget.
I will. No worries, man. Um, so I guess getting to our advice column here, if you were to give any kind of advice to anyone with your let's put it like this, with your years here on Earth,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to people based on your experience thus far?
Oh man. So mine's gonna be kind of like I don't know, man. Like I don't want to make it like deep and dark and depressing, but it's gonna kind of sound like it, but don't take it that way. You know what I'm saying? This is for the
No, no, you're
listeners
fine.
out
You're
there.
fine.
But I honestly, and it's gonna be so stupid advice because people are gonna be like, yeah, I understand. Like I get told that all the time, but how?
Hmm.
My advice, bro, is live your fucking life, man. Just live it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know. People are gonna be like, I
Yeah.
understand. Like people tell me that all the time, but you don't understand because you're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the reason. This is why I want to give this advice so bad because, like you said, I've been here for 26 years of my life and I have died twice. And once I have
Yeah.
died, it kind of just like transformed my brain to like you could literally be gone tomorrow or tonight or
Hmm.
when you're sleeping or God knows what. You know what I'm saying? Like you could literally be
Yeah.
done. And what do you have to live to say that you did? You know, like you could be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I learned an instrument, or oh yeah, I did this. But you're not living it, bro. Like you gotta do
Hmm.
it. And that is my advice, is because like I have done so much different things in my life that I'm still doing different things, and that's just because I go and do it. And I get asked all the time, like, you'd be amazed how even if I could get my wife in here, I mean, she could even tell you that I've been asked multiple times by people, and how even people ask her is, how does Dom live the way that he does? And it's just
Mm.
like, and she just tells him, one, he doesn't care. If what
Yeah.
I'm doing bothers you, that's cool. I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I'm living how I want to live. And that's why I'm trying to
Hmm.
give advice right now to people is go do it, man. Like I hate to say it like this, but this is true. I've been to strip clubs. A lot of people say that they haven't done that. Go do it, dude. Like do it
Yeah.
once, just do it
Yeah.
once. What else? Like you said or mentioned for me earlier, man. Like get that motorcycle, dude. Like you're sitting here
Hmm.
dreaming about it. Work your butt off and get the motorcycle, brother. I'm
Yeah.
telling
That
you,
was like
whether it's a
that was
crotch rocket.
totally a last year thing, because you were
Yeah.
like, "What if I do? What do I don't?" And I was like, "Just do it." Like, who's
Yeah.
holding you back and saying no? Don't do it.
Right, right. Like get it. And I
Yeah.
understand like that comes with dangers. Yes, people pull out. Yes,
Hmm.
people don't look for it. Yes, you can die. Like I think the statistics, man, is stupid up there. I think like 85%. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I was talking to my wife about it this year. this year from my hometown, people have been dying on bikes left and right that it's starting to get concerning. Like this year has been the most I've ever seen. And they're
Wow.
happening like around me where normally it's just like, oh, this man died 45 minutes out. Okay, well, that's a busy town, whatever, city.
Hmm.
But no, like recently it's like one down the road, one down this way, one over here. And it's like, wow. But anyway,
Dang.
back to what I was saying though, is like go get that motorcycle. Me, 3 years ago, man. I just mentioned it in this podcast. This is my third derby in a row. I have never demolition derby in my life. Fucking
Hmm.
do it. Get yourself like
You might find something that you really
yeah,
enjoy.
man. I mean, I
Yeah.
do, and that was because of my wife. Spend $200 on your first derby car. Make it a piece of shit. Treat it like shit. Go crash them up, bang them up. Go live your
Yeah.
life, man. Because a lot of people can't say they did that. A lot of people can't
Yeah.
say, "Hey, I demolition derby cars." A lot of people can't say, "Yeah, I rode my first motorcycle." Hell, when I had my motorcycle, I'm not
No.
going to touch up on who I was in with or anything, just for personal reasons. But I joined an MC at one point. I was a part of a motorcycle club, or people that
Hmm.
don't understand that term. I hate to say it this way because I am one of those people. It's not. But anyway, I joined a motorcycle gang, dude. Like, and
Yeah.
because I wanted to see what the lifestyle was about. I wanted to see why this is like what I love. I love being curious, and I know curiosity typically kills the cat, as we're talking about advice here.
Mm, mm,
But
mm.
if I didn't go join that lifestyle, to this day, I wouldn't have people hitting me up and still want me to come around the club. Like I'm not in the club no more, but I
Yeah.
still go around it because they love me. I did stuff,
Hmm.
They know who I am. Like I like making a remark to people where they're like,
Hmm.
I like how I look at, I don't want people to be like, oh, when Rat dies, he was a good man, good man. He played games a lot and live stream. I don't want to be known for that. I want to be like, this guy, man, he did 3 derbies. I remember that one time when he was drunk and popped a wheelie on his bike. Never happened, by the way. So I'm just saying, I want to be, yeah, no, God, no, I can't do wheelies. But, I want to be that kind of talk. I want to leave a
I see.
remembrance. So go do the thing. What is stopping you? Get your dream car, build your dream build. Go get that motorcycle. I mean, play that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you set up goals for yourself, like if you're like, hey, I want to go full time with live streaming, live your life, bro. Go do it. Dedicate yourself to it, man. Because it's the moment that you don't dedicate yourself to something is what's stopping you and why you are not living your life. Why
Where do
is
you
it
think you got that from?
literally when I died?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like my mom.
Beforehand, not so much.
No, like my mom could even tell you, man. Again, like I wish I could have her here. She even said like before that incident happened to me, I was just your average kid. Like I did stuff,
Hmm.
yeah. I wasn't the best kid, I would say. Like I got
Hmm.
into some trouble.
Same.
Maybe a couple fights, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, like it was just, I came home, I did my homework, I went to school, I had some friends, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, I hate going to my local Walmart because it's like people have to stop me because they're like, oh, there's Rat. And I'm like, "Ah, man, like I feel like I'm such like I make so much impressions into people's lives that honestly it makes me feel good because I know
Yeah.
at some point in time I was there for them or I taught them something. And I hate to say it, but I don't want to sound so egotistical here, but it's like people just look up to me, man. I'm like, why? Like I'm such a piece of shit. Like why?
There's a great man that I heard um what almost 2 weeks ago say that in retrospect of the years that they've been alive, they you get to find out how much of an impact you make on other people, you know what I mean? As you
Right,
keep on going through life,
right,
And that you don't really actually get to think about it until it just kind of hits you,
right.
that like how much of an impact you make on
Well,
others.
what
Yeah.
I hate and what I used to do, and I'll get back to the topic where I was, the whole dying thing,
Mhm.
is people that always makes excuses why they can't do something, and I understand
Oh my
it to
god,
an extent.
I hate
Like,
excuses.
don't get me wrong. Do I want an R34 Skyline? Absolutely. Can I afford a $200,000 car? No.
No.
But there's
Not me either.
yeah. So there's a difference between, hey, I always wanted to do demolition derby. How can I do it? What is stopping you
Mhm.
from buying a piece of shit car? You don't have to spend
Yeah,
$5,000 on your first demolition derby car, dude. What are you doing?
yeah,
My first one was $200. This one was for free. I mean, you know?
yeah. Yeah,
So
no, I
it's
totally
like,
get that.
go do it. Why are you making excuses? And then, like, I understand not everybody has a financial, best thing. But I hate
Yeah.
to say it like this, dude, go get that job, go make your
Mhm.
money, go do your thing, man. Why are you stopping yourself? Because the
I
whole
totally feel
time
you on
that
that.
you're in this room being like, oh, I wish I could be like Rad, or, I wish I could do the things that he does. Go out and start doing it, dude. And then you're gonna be like, oh, but I ain't gonna lie, dude. I've had a lot of times where people like try to live like me, and they're like, dude, your life is way too crazy. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. This is what I live for.
Yeah,
This is what I live
but, like,
for.
and
Chaos.
that's the funny thing too is that, like, I think it also depends on, like, some people that they have, like, a comfortability zone,
Yeah,
right?
and I'm always
And
out of
it's
that.
like
I'm not gonna lie.
me
I'm
too.
always out of that. Like, I understand, like, I don't try to like force people to be into the, hey, I'm jamming out on the porch. You made a great impact here. And I've tried to support your dream. Absolutely. Thank you. That is the neighbor.
Mhm.
That is the neighbor. She did help out.
Hi, neighbor.
Yeah, see, she's even talking about it. Thank you. Anyway,
Yeah.
so with that being said, it's just like, while you're sitting here being like, oh, I want this, it's just like, go
Mhm.
do it, dude. Like, get out of
Yeah.
there, but so back to the story about like me when I died. So I feel like I was just like kind of like just boring. And even my mom said, like, she goes, after like that happened to me, I turned it
Mhm.
up to 170, like not even
Oh,
0 to
jeez.
100. Like, I turned it up, and I'm still there because I just realized, like, I gotta do everything. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And like, if not, there is a how, there is a way. I owned my dream car at one point, which was my 370Z.
Mhm.
I made shit happen. And my wife would even tell you, dude, if I say it's gonna happen, I'm gonna make sure, I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
do
happen.
everything to make it happen.
Yeah.
How for example, another like, and again, there's a difference between dreams and just doing stuff. Like I said,
Yeah.
I
No, I
dream
totally agree with
about
that.
getting a R34 Skyline or a R35. Will it happen? Only time will tell. But
Mhm.
if I'm going to do my third year of a derby car, it's going to fucking happen because I'm going to make sure it
Yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
A little time one. You got to set yourself like little, medium, high, and dreams. You know what I'm saying? The high being like, okay, I can make this work, but it's going to be a little bit more hard work and dedication. Medium being like, okay. And then small being like, you could do it right fucking now, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
for example, before the podcast, Sean and I here was talking about, I'm about to do some different shit with my hair because I never did it.
Yeah.
What's stopping me? What is stopping me from doing it? The
Nothing.
worst comes
Nothing
to
really.
worst, I look dumb and I'm like, okay, that style ain't for me. I know, you know. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I'm making it happen. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, like, I hate it with the passion. I do. I hate when people say, dude, you gotta live your life. But I'm serious, man, because once you start living
I
it,
think
I wouldn't have set myself on fire if it wasn't for me living my life. And like, that's no joke, because what happened was I
yeah.
got a little crazy with lighter fluid. Normal people would have just started a fire, and I'm like, the fire's already going. What if we make it bigger? And I put it
Right.
all over myself on accident, and then the fire touched me, and that's when I caught myself on fire. And I did not get hurt, but still, moral of the story is, it was fun, it was scary, and I felt so alive that I was like, holy fuck, that happened.
Right.
And even my wife was like, what the fuck? But I did it. I fucking did
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
just gotta get out of your comfort zone, man. That was a perfect
No,
thing that you said.
I
Yeah, get the fuck
I
out of
totally
your
agree
comfort
with
zone.
that because, like, even like yeah, I'll say for like my early teen years up to like my 20s,
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people were giving me the advice older, or like sometimes even like my own peers would give me the advice of, if you're gonna go in on it, like especially like your dreams,
Yeah.
things that you're inspired by or things that you're wanting to do, that you invest all your heart and soul into all of it. And unfortunately, what they don't tell you is that, by doing that, that doesn't exactly put even a cup of ramen noodles into the table. So
Yeah.
um for me, when it comes to that, it comes with, for me, I would say, even like negotiating with yourself
Yeah.
of what, like, how much are you willing to, not even necessarily sacrifice, but how much are you like actually having to focus in on this one thing. And point of fact is that, like, I was born in, I don't, not born and raised, but I mean, I was a young adult during the recession, and
Right.
learning how to deal with an economy such as that,
Right.
and how to multi-job and still aspire that, like, you think like in your 18 to early 20s, that, like, this is that time frame where it's
Being a
I guess
kind of
almost
a
FOMO.
adult. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're
Yeah.
still learning the tutorial mode of life and all those
Yeah.
things. And um I thought that if I gave up on what my passion was 100%, not even just like 100%, but even like 5%, then that's way too much to give up on,
Yeah.
because like, how do you know that you're fully committed to something like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I joined the military. So guess what gave into
Yeah, a
100%
lot
of
of people
attention
can't
on
say
that.
they did that, like I never joined the
But
military, like that's what I'm saying, man. You got to take those chances.
yeah, and the only reason why I did that, though, was because of job security,
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
time where there was no job security.
Yep.
And then I was in the military, but then went back to, hey, yeah, I played the Navy like Monday through Friday, or, well, a typical sailor would say, I am always a sailor, all days and all hours
Right.
of the day. But no, for me, as soon as I took the hat off when I pulled into the car park, I was me again. You know what I mean? Um and, I would just go back to what I would invest my time and space into. And you don't have to, you can, you, just because you're not 100% into it, like, engulfed in all those things,
Right.
because you're having to spend your time somewhere else at your day job, whatever that is, it doesn't mean you gave up on your passion. It just means that there's a priority
Oh
here,
yeah,
and that
no.
is,
My
I'm hungry.
like I said, dude, my
you
dream
know?
car was a 370Z, and for 2 years
Hmm.
straight I worked overtime every fucking day, and I ended up
Yeah.
getting it in 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I made it happen. And with my little advice of me just being crazy and chaotic and everything, that's how I live my life. I'm not saying that you guys need to follow my advice on what I do. You know what I'm
Again, it's
saying?
just it's
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying go live your life as in go do something of what you would do in your comfort,
Mhm,
out of your comfort. I'm not saying like go create violence, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Or don't
mhm.
get peer pressure too, you know what I'm saying? Don't be doing all that shit. But like if you're like, hey, like I never had a cigarette before, and maybe today will be the day.
Yeah,
Go try it, dude. What's fucking stopping you? Don't. You
seriously.
know what I'm saying? Like that's how I am. Like I am
Mhm,
always like because I like we mentioned before what we all talked about. I am literally the definition of the guy of hold my beer because if nobody's gonna do it, I will do it. Because if something happens, everybody's gonna get chuckle. I'm probably gonna get hurt, but I'm all right. And
we bounce back regardless.
hell yeah, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're all here. And that's just how I live it, man. So that is my advice, honestly, is go do your dreams, man. I hate to say it, but you're gonna be the just do it guy and don't let your dreams be dreams, bro. For real. Don't.
Yeah, for sure,
That's where
because,
you
like,
go fuck
because
up.
I feel like the world takes too quick of an answer to say no,
Yeah.
you know? But the one thing that I did take away from my military service real early on, when I was like just depping in, when I
Yeah.
was delayed entry programmed in, which is just a set of time between when you sign your papers to say I want to join to when you actually get in.
Yeah.
Um, every time my recruiter was like, "Oh, every time you hear the word no, just take it as naval opportunity,
Yeah. Go get
that
that
you
tattoo.
can get past that,"
you know?
Um, so every time when someone, like, even like whilst in, if someone was like, "Oh, I can't help you," I'm sorry, but no, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, no, naval opportunity.
Yeah.
That means there's going to be a roundabout way that I'm going to have to go to get this.
Yeah, and
There's some kind of
some
side quest I
things,
have to go
I was
down.
gonna say, and some things is gonna be a straight path. There's some things you might have to take a little loop, and then there's other things you're
Yep.
gonna have to map out shit. But if you
And that
know
takes
exactly what you
tenacity.
want
It
to
just
do,
takes,
yeah.
yeah,
You know what's funny
tenacity.
is
Like,
my very first Twitch channel was named Tenacity.
oh, no shit.
Yeah, it was actually 10 Nas and then underscore D was my very. It's far gone now.
Wait,
You
wait,
can't
ass
find
is
it.
an ASS.
No, no, no. But then it's funny because then everybody, when I used to live stream on that, used to confuse it with Tenacious D. So I was like,
Oh my
now
gosh.
you killed me.
No, now you killed the channel.
Yeah, yeah. The
Not
channel
that I
is
don't like.
deleted forever too, by the way. But
Oh, well, it's okay. I mean, we all have our first
that's when I
band, right?
first started live. No, 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 no. I didn't get banned. It's just I first started
No, no,
live
no, no,
streaming
no.
it.
Band, as in like, a
Oh,
band.
yeah,
We
yeah.
all we always have our first band that we were always in,
Yeah,
and then there's like, the band that we're in that's like
yeah.
actually more, of a
Yeah, yeah. It's an
concept
actual
of band.
band. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. So that's
Yeah.
that's just my life advice, man. Is like, look, dude, if you don't do it, somebody else is going to. It's like kind of like that. That's why I put in another perfect example, real quick. Is that's why I put in my wife's brother advice too. I like because he can't really talk to women. Now I'm just gonna put it out there like that.
Oh.
And I told him, brother, if you don't talk to that girl right there that you keep talking about to me, somebody
Mhm.
else is.
Mhm.
So with that being said, if you don't do the live your life advice I gave you, whether it's chaotic or very simple, somebody else is
Mhm.
already out there doing it, bro. If you're debating on starting a Twitch channel but you're scared, do it because there's 150,000 people starting their very first channel as we
Yeah.
speak right fucking now. You know?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
again, it just all comes back to, I'm gonna repeat myself. If you don't do it, somebody else is.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then and then you get caught into the like, oh, well, if only I did that. If only
Right.
I did this and
And
that and the
it comes
other.
back to
And
the petty party, back to, well, I wish
mhm.
I could do that. Why? Why are you wishing when you can't?
No one else is holding you back.
Nobody else
Yeah.
is on it. Again, there's a difference between living your life and dreams.
Yeah.
you know?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I know a lot of people who are like the both of us, and we just do it because we just love
Yeah.
doing this kind of stuff. Podcasting, even, like, I don't
Yeah.
know if you like talk to people and tell people like, oh, like, I'm a streamer, I'm a podcaster, like,
Yeah.
or even like trying to like quantify it down, like I'm also a musician, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's what I normally do. Like, I'm like, yeah, I ride a Harley and everything. And people, always get that older crowd, like, yeah, I used to ride a Harley. I was like, yeah, but I was also in an MC. And then they're like, oh.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get like the, oh, or you get the, yeah, that's not for me. Or you get the, oh, yeah, I used to be in one too. And then you get to hear their story and why they're not.
Mhm.
And it's like, no, I'm out on good terms. I'm still cool. You're dead on sight. You have fun. Yeah, that's a thing, by the way. But anyway, so.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Holy cow. Talk about just like crank it up to like, violence real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Jeez.
that's what I live for, you know what I'm saying? Well, not the violence, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like I live for like hearing other people's stories, what made you get
Mhm.
that bike? What made you join that MC? What made you and we don't have to talk about bikes now. So what made you get that car for a
Yeah.
derby? What made you get that car for racing? What made you get that car in
Mhm.
general? That's just what I am, So I'm just using my
Mhm.
examples again. This is,
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
totally understand that. Yeah,
What
absolutely.
made
Because
you
like
get that
even when
synthesizer? You know what I'm saying? Like that shit.
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like even well, I mean, shit. Uh, my first synthesizer was the microKORG, and it was just a very humble, just I mean, yeah, it was just a humble purchase because I would just like to see like I've worked with synthesizers on a desktop,
Yeah.
and on the screen and everything, but not the tactile like learning and understanding that. And so, for those who have been, I guess, blessed with the opportunity to, just take out a loan and,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
try it out,
Yeah.
you know. No, like I think it was after my first deployment, actually, in 2012, that
I was
I
13.
came home and I was just like, I know. And I was just like, I went to, I think, a Guitar Center, and I
Oh
saw like
fuck.
a couple, yeah, I saw a couple of synthesizers, and I just thought to myself, like, well, this one looks cool. Let's try that thing out. And I played it there, and
I
then it's been a whirlwind of synthesizers after that. So, but it's never been an overnight, like all in one day kind of thing. It's been like, for me, well, shoot, that's already been like 12, 13 years almost. And yeah, like I've only gotten here because of one, uh, I would say what has helped me. And by
yeah.
the way, like, side tangent is that, like, um, when I was married, I remember this conversation very vividly. My ex-wife and I had a conversation because in Virginia we had a couple of musician friends who I would jam out with, right?
Right.
And one guy, he got into a band. Oh, he was a guitarist too. His name was Nicholas, and you can hear him on a couple of tracks here and there that I still have. And amazing guitarist. Like, I've always loved working with him because his improv skills were so, like, for me, just like perfect. I loved working with that.
Right.
And so he got into a band. They started traveling up and down the East Coast. Um, I've lost track and touch with him years later, but at a point I was just like, man, it would be really nice to play live too, you know? But I don't know how to make my music live, you know,
Right.
because it's so
Right.
processed, you know?
Right.
And the rendering of it live would be so different. And again, one man band. I don't know how to do that. Um at the time, let's just say at the time.
Right.
And she goes, "Well, what's stopping you from being in a band or, you know, performing live anyway?" I was like, "Are you serious? Like,
That's crazy.
I'm
You
in
know? Yeah.
here's a crazy idea. Who's working all these hours, you know?
Yeah.
Who's got this
Yeah.
other priorities that, like, I have to fulfill in order to make this thing happen, you know what I mean? I can't give that up because there's this thing called a contract. I know it's a crazy concept, you
Right.
know?
Right.
They still
Yeah.
got me for another 3 years,
Yeah.
and, you know what I'm saying? It was just, like, this whole thing where it's like, "Wait, so, like, throttle back here." So, I've lived a life where I lived in a Dodge Neon and lived in the backseat of a car,
Hey,
and
I
I had a
derbied one of
guitar.
those.
You're right, and I remember that last year, and I was just like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god, that
that's
was
the
my." It
vlog.
was an '06. That was the '06 one, wasn't it? The
Yeah,
'06
yeah. No,
Dodge
no,
Neon?
oh
Oh my
three,
god.
oh three.
'03,
Yeah,
okay.
it was oh
So,
03.
yeah, I had an '06, and, freaking, I remember her saying, like, "Oh, well, I mean, just, you know, who cares if you sleep in a park on a bench? At least you're an artist doing your thing and
Right.
jamming and concerting and things like that and gigging." And I'm just like, "No.
Yeah.
No. I like this. I like studioing. I like being like, having my own studio and
Yeah,
working on my
just living
craft and
in
doing
your
that
own
stuff."
little world,
And
man.
I just I remember saying out loud, like, "That's such a step backwards for me." Like, I couldn't imagine giving up my day job to do that
Yeah,
and live off of ramen and hot dogs. I'm sorry. No, there's gotta be a better way of doing it.
yeah.
And, you know, it's just, again, that's one of those moments in life where no happens, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
take that and you
Like,
kinda
I'm
go,
all about taking chances, but there's some times where you gotta be like, okay, well, this is kind of reality. And whether, like, it's
yeah.
literally rolling the dice, dude. Like, it could work out, but I hate to say it, what are the chances? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's where kind of
exactly.
reality has to, there's a difference between like living your life, dreams, and reality. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And reality and dreams are like right here.
Yeah, no, it's not that you're not incapable of,
No, no,
working
no.
on
Yeah.
both. It's just that there's, again, like, that for me, like, I would say, like, condition. There's a condition involved where you prioritize. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And again, early on, I thought that anything less than 100% of what you're passionate in, you're giving it up for the
Yep.
man, you know? And again,
Yep.
I'm like 18 at the time, and I'm just like, I'm still like, fuck the man at this to this day.
Right.
But, like, in a different way. I think, like, I think my outlook of fuck the man, or fuck the big guy at the top of the
Food
hill
chain.
here,
Yeah.
of food chain or whatever, fuck the CEO of, whatever company you work for. Um, Regardless, it's just like I thought that anything less than 100% of your passion was giving it up all entirely. How many people have had a passion in life and then
Mm.
they're just like, I gave it up for working at the sawmill, or I gave it up for working
Been
at
fucking there, man. Actually, fun fact,
yeah.
the Tenacity channel, I was live streaming on that. I was just trying to do something, and then I got my first,
Mhm.
I guess you could say, real job. I mean, I had real jobs, but like this was
Mhm.
like my first second shift, blah blah blah. And that's when, just like you said, I couldn't focus on my Twitch, so I deleted that whole channel. I gave
Mhm.
up because, just like you said, I felt like I wasn't 100%. I felt like that was 75%, and then my job was like the 20 or whatever the fucking
Mhm.
math is. And
Yeah.
I ended up delaying it because I was like, this is too much. And now years later, aka 21 happened. Yes,
Mhm.
21. I finally found that rhythm, got a different job, still on second shift, and now I got a new channel that is more successful, and
Yeah.
we're here.
Mhm.
But I was
No,
with you
yeah,
on that. I was
absolutely.
a whole, like, if I even gave up 0.1%, like, you might as well just end that and focus on this now, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I think that it comes with again, like, I mean, like, being wise in what you're able to commit to too.
Yeah.
That definitely plays a huge part in it because um again, why does it take 5 years to write an album? It's not that I can't do it. And a lot of the music's already been written. It's just that, like I'm saying, for one particular craft, because I also paint on the side. We do Twitch on another thing.
Right. Right. Do different
The
things.
thing is like whatever the passions are that we have for life, even if someone's like, for example, wants to be an author, like I don't know. I've heard of people where they say like, oh, I was a college student, and in between winter break and the spring
Or sometimes,
semester,
you gotta be a mom, while
or
doing,
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
even that, like yeah, absolutely. Like there's other responsibilities that other people have too. Like I'm a dog dad essentially,
yeah,
like I have a permanent 3-year-old, and
yeah.
a four-legged furry friend, and yeah, I'm just the thing is like yeah, we all have those responsibilities, but
Right.
then we have that sacred time to ourselves that I think is most important. Also finding time for bless you, Gesundheit. Um Scheduling you time
Yeah.
for the things that you're passionate in
I
or the
hate to
things that
say it.
like
The thing
you're
I am bad about, which my wife even tells me, is sometimes my hobbies becomes my personalities, and it kind of, like, you know, like, that's who I am now,
mm,
because it's like now I'll put my full dedication to the hobby or to whatever I'm doing. So I will say that is like sometimes my hobbies do take me over. And she has to kind of
mhm,
like reel me back in, like, okay, you're my husband. We're not talking about this
mhm,
stuff, And I'm like, oh yeah, my
mhm.
bad. Sometimes I gotta
My
get
bad. Let me
reality
put the hat
check.
back on.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because
No,
some takes
absolutely.
dedication, some takes commitment, but if you make that your lifestyle, that's when it could kind of be toxic. I'm just saying. You have to know
That
that
can't yeah.
balance.
Yeah. No, yeah, I could totally get that because I could see like um if if let's just say hypothetically if you're an artist in any capacity or you have a
Mhm.
passion in some way, shape, and form, and then it just so happens that you're what's the word for sucking up, like you're taking in, you're using people like, oh,
Right.
I'm just not scalping. What's the word for it? Um Anyway, there's a word for it. Whatever that is, where you're just you're leeching off of people. You know what I mean? Just
Right,
to,
right.
get yourself into something called, I don't know, like using people when you're using people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not,
yeah.
that's just a toxic part of when I would say your passion becomes you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's not
Yeah.
that disconnect of it. Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I can't wait because my big sister watches our podcast all the time and listens to it and everything. And I cannot wait until she hears this one and this. I want to hear some things about like what she says to this. So shout out to my big sis, you know.
Aw.
So, what about you though, man? What is your advice? And before we actually get into that, I am going to get a drink, and my wife wants popcorn because she's still a little buzzed. So I'll be right back.
You want to put us on Bree right back?
No,
Oh, I guess not.
no, it's all right. It'll be like 5 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I'll just keep on ranting on, not ranting, but at least keep chatting it up about what talking about earlier is that
I'm back. Told you it wouldn't be long.
oh, cool.
Yep.
Then it didn't take long at all.
I told you. That's why I was like, yeah.
Never mind.
All right. So what about
I'm
you,
all like,
man?
never mind.
That was my life advice, man. By the way, real quick, just to get a tornado involved in this and everything. Real quick, man, just sum
Yeah.
it up for you. We were talking about my life advice was just go do your thing, man. Go live your life. Like if go get that tattoo. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah. So tornado, just I'm all about that, man. If like just don't let it be dreams, brother. Like if you can't,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
some things are dreams, but don't let them all be dreams now. Like I mentioned earlier, again, just to sum it up for Tornado, I want an R34 Skyline. That's obviously not going to happen. And that's just reality. But there's other things that I could do right now that doesn't stop me. And 9 times out of 10, I do them. So that was mine. So anyway, let's get into Sean Graves.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, Tornado, we have our links in the description to check out our YouTubes and Twitch. We mainly stream on Twitch, but we are doing YouTube now differently for our podcast. I know that I'm live on Twitch right now, but that was just because of some technical difficulties earlier. With that being said, real quick,
We learned a lot.
I'm going to link them up with our Evil Hour podcast, and then we'll get on to your topic, Sean. So
Yeah, no worries, my guy.
there is the link, I believe. Yep, we're good there. Yeah, so there's the link of our website, and that's everything we talked about. So go check that out, Tornado, if you would, please. Oh, well, you can't tag people in like you can on Twitch. Anyway.
The more we learn about YouTube, right?
Yep. All right. So, Sean, what is your advice, brother?
My advice is
told you that was going to take long, by the way. That was 43
no,
minutes.
You're fine. No, you're
that was solid.
Dude, you're good.
That was solid.
Yeah, right. A couple of things, and it goes back to what you were saying too, you know, having fortitude, courage, tenacity, commitment, to what you're interested in, you know,
Right.
and enjoy in life, specifically what you enjoy in life, despite the whole world or life just saying like, nah, dude, because life gets in the way of a lot of stupid shit.
Right.
Like with a lot of stupid shit. Like seriously, whether it's your brakes giving out or
setting yourself on fire.
Setting yourself on fire. Or you know, being homeless time and time again for just stupid fucking reasons, or like you know, even if it comes right down to it like this, there was a moment like I've always given this advice to my sailors, regardless of me being in or being out, but when I was a third class, I was told by a second class petty officer, get to a place where you don't need the Navy anymore.
Ooh. That's
because we all joined because we needed
solid, man. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
that is.
And this could apply if you're like in whatever branch you're in or whatever, or even if you're in a job or let's just say like let's just apply it to like everybody else too. You know, get to a place where you don't need your job anymore. You can
Right.
walk away from it if you wanted to. Not that
Right.
you want to, but You know what I'm saying? And this could be because you have debt to pay off, or you're this is just getting the food on the table, or just meeting the bare minimum. But get to
Right.
a place where you don't need them anymore. And by that, I mean, use their benefits, use everything that they're giving you. And specifically for the military, like, they have so many programs to help folks out in. And so, like, earlier on, I talked about how I joined whilst it was a recession, because I was struggling with like 2, 3 jobs that would fire me just because they were like, "Oh, sorry, we hired you, but we
Hire
got to
you
let
and
you
fire
go."
you
Like
the
it,
same day. Yep.
yeah, exactly. And I was just like, "Fuck, dude." Um, and I was that kid again, living in a Dodge Neon down the block from the library, soaking up their Wi-Fi because I had no other way of being in contact with other people, and family or otherwise.
Yeah.
And so, like, my second class petty officer said, you joined the Navy because you needed the Navy. Get to a place where you don't need the Navy anymore, and ask them if they want you, because you know what I mean. Because then
That's
at
kind of
that
like what I
point,
said like a little bit ago on my topic, like I love leaving impressions on people in my life where
yeah.
everybody now again, like I'm not trying to be so ego here and I'm not at all, but it's just like everybody sees me in public and they're like, "Oh, yeah." But it's like they try to reach out and hell, my wife will even tell me, "Man, we can't even go to Walmart because it's like people are stopping me left and right." And it's like that's how I know like people want me, people need me,
Hmm.
not necessarily I want to say need me, but it's just like I just make so many impressions where it's just like they have to reach out, and it makes me feel so good about myself, honestly, because
Yeah.
like I said, like I feel like me personally, I think I'm just like a worthless piece of shit, and then in all reality, it's like people actually do care about me, and it's like, oh,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And another piece of advice, short piece of advice I have is college isn't the only answer. It's crazy enough.
It-
College is not the only answer. And I'm not saying
yeah,
that
I
because
have two
like
degrees, and I don't even put them to use.
exactly. Oh, I know so many people. I know so many people who have a degree in underwater basket weaving, aka psychology, and they don't do anything with it.
Yep,
And I'm just like,
I could make stupid money right now if I want to, but I just don't because one, trying to find a job to make that. Like I hate to say it, and the degree I got, one of them, they're looking for people who has like 15 to 30 years experience, where most places try to hire young so they could retire old. So they got that.
mhm.
But the degree I got, I'll tell you, I don't give a fuck. It's welding. I got one degree in welding, which is MIG, TIG, and stick. And most of those people, like,
uh,
yeah, they want the younger crowd.
trade. I'm
Trade.
sorry, is it a trade? It's a
Yeah,
trade.
yeah, it's
Okay.
trade.
Yeah, yeah, because I was gonna touch on that.
Yeah, yeah. So I got two trades, my bad, but they're degrees
No,
as
you're
well.
fine.
But
Yeah, no, because I have a trade as well. Actually, I have like yeah, no,
yeah.
yeah.
So like in something like that, like sometimes they do want the young so they could retire
Hmm.
and make more money. But mainly from where I'm from, because everybody's from different parts of the world, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
And
Or
where
fortunately, I
where
mean, there's so many people to meet.
right. And where I'm from, they're looking for the motherfuckers who's been doing that for like 20 years to 25 years. They don't want to
Mhm.
hire some new kid because what the fuck are you going to do for me? Like, I don't even know how good you are. You just graduated, let's just say freshly. I haven't. I graduated 8 years ago from that, but I don't have 8 years of experience in it. You know what I'm saying? So they're
Mhm.
going to look at, okay, well, let's just go off the topic I just said is that, okay, you just graduated. How do I even know you're good? Because you just got a degree.
Caveat,
Yeah.
caveat, because you have college students who are associates, bachelors,
Mm-hmm.
masters,
Mm-hmm.
doctorates, right? And they spent X amount, like
Yeah.
triple, like 6 figures on a piece of paper that they have gone to school for,
Yeah.
but they don't have the time and work
Yeah.
that trades such as apprenticeships, journeymans,
Yeah.
masters, um, have put the work and time into, which is what we've done, right?
I hate to say it, but
And
what I'm talking about also is like there's already a lot of old heads that are running
well,
that.
yes, of
You
course,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right.
So like they're like, oh well,
Gatekeeping.
I've been doing this since I was fucking da da da. I'm 85 now. I'm still doing it. I'm like, yeah, well, you're not hiring me because you don't even trust it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
But
my
here's
wife's going through right now too. She has a business administration degree, and every
mhm,
single place she applied to, they're like, "Well, you don't have no experience." Well, how the
mhm.
fuck can you give her experience when you're not hiring her, dude? Like that's what
Yeah.
pisses me off. So
Especially if it's an entry level job.
yeah, and then my
How do you
second
how do you not
degree, my
how do you
sec,
not nail an entry level job
right,
with an
right.
entry level? Yeah.
So my second degree though, just to get off topic and get back to yours, is you're better on to just owning your own shop than working for a shop. Honestly, that's how you make money,
Mhm,
and that is also why I don't use that one, because I realize if I use that degree, at least from where I'm from, it's anywhere from like $13 to $15 an hour, which is dog shit compared to what I make now. And then it's like, well,
mhm,
if you own your own business in that degree, then we're talking you could be making fucking thousands a day.
mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
thousands. Trust me, I've seen it. How the one guy I did work for when I was working in that degree fucking was
Mhm.
bragging, and this is why I quit, because he pissed me off. Because one day I did a whole car for him, and he was
Yeah.
bragging about how he just got paid $3,500 while I was making 900. Not for that, just that job. Two bi-weekly. May I remind you, I made $900 bi-weekly, and he was like, "Yeah, that guy just paid me. Look at all the," and like straight up just showed me like, "Yeah, I just got 3,500 right here," and I was like, "Motherfucker!" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I did
Thanks
that
for
car.
thanks
Like,
it's
where's
like,
my, yeah.
thanks for pissing on me and telling me it's raining at the same
Yeah, so
time.
that's why I don't
Like,
use that degree either. So like, yeah. Anyway,
yeah, no,
back to what you
I
were
was just
saying. Sorry.
I remember back in, like, high school days, and this is for those kids because kids just graduated some time ago, and we got a new school year coming down the pipeline sometime soon.
Yeah.
Um, for new high school students, yes, going to a university, going to college, totally. If you know exactly what you're
Oh
going
yeah,
into,
do it,
right?
man. I'm not all
Some
against
of
it.
us, some of us folks, a college degree, like
Yeah, it
an
ain't for
associate's,
me.
a bachelor's, it's just,
Hell, my
just
wife
not
tries
it.
to talk to me about it right now. Like, she's just like, "Why don't you go back to college, rat?" And I even tell her, man, I'm like, I'm just not made for college. I really ain't. Like, look, I graduated. That's all I needed to do. I'm not wanting to go back to school and study. I'm not a I'm all hands on. I know they
Well,
have
see,
colleges that are hands on, but look, dude, I don't. I just don't want to do
and
it.
I'm sitting here going like this, I maxed it out
Yeah.
as far as my trade school has to be concerned
That's what
about,
she even tried
and
to tell me too. Why don't you go
but I
back to
just
trade? I was like, what? Get another degree to add on?
or I don't know, like sometimes like even just do like a refreshers course. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Yeah.
the problem is that the GI Bill and the post 9/11, you can't use that
Yeah.
for trades. You can't use that for you used to be able to. I will correct myself. You used to be able to, and then they
Yeah.
stopped that shit because they realized like, oh fuck, like not only are their trade schools super expensive, but they also are, one and doneers, and
Yep.
that's not how they make their fucking money. So,
Yep.
so they put a real halt to that one. And so I got to get in on that program whilst I was in the military, so I could walk out with a trade
Nice.
whilst I was in. And people would just be like, well, are you getting an education? I was like, oh yeah, I took a class here, I took a class there. I would just take random classes, but I would pay out of pocket for it.
I'm not gonna lie.
You
That's
know?
why I almost joined the Navy as well, because of the trades they have. Like for
Hmm.
example, my one buddy is a nuclear engineer now. Like I could
Oh my
only
gosh.
imagine what kind of fucking money he is bringing home. You
And the
know.
lack of sunlight he sees every
Oh
day.
my god, yeah.
Those
But
mother liquors, every time we got to like the Rock of Gibraltar between
yeah.
Spain and Morocco, right? Those mother liquors would come out to the flight deck and they would go right up to the front of the bow of the ship, and they would roll up their pants and they would just soak up in the sun because those mother liquors, they're just you never know who they are. You've never
Mhm.
seen them before in your life. They
You know
literally
they're
are
making like
golems, but
$110
they're
an
making
hour, bro.
money. They make
Hell,
money.
my one buddy, he's
Money.
a oh, what's the actual term of it? He is a basically an aircraft engineer. I don't know what the technical term is.
An AD, an AE, no, an aircraft engineer.
I
That
can't
could
think
be.
of it. He's in the Air Force though, but he
Oh, okay. They
engineers
have
on
different.
aircrafts. You know what I'm
They
saying?
have different MOSs
Oh,
than
okay.
like the Navy or the Marines. Like even like the Marines, they have like a whole different like way of explaining what I do for a living.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that Alpha 207 or whatever that? And they're like, oh, it's an AZ. And I'm like, why didn't you just say that? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
but like
like,
moral of
what the
that
hell?
though is like dude is making stupid money too, and I'm like, God, like that's honestly why I wanted to join the Navy, because I knew I could just have a dumbass degree like that. Not, I'm not
Mhm.
saying it's a dumbass thing. I'm saying like just something stupid that could make me stupid money. And
The chair force.
yeah, and it's just like, dude, like if I would have done that, my whole like if it's a 4 year degree, my whole 4 years could have just been that, and then I could get out
Yeah.
and then make stupid money. Like that's
And
literally
there's people
why
who
I
do
was
that.
about to join. That's why I was about to do it, and then for some odd reason, I just made excuses. I was like, nah. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because I was going to join, and then some other stuff got into my life, and then
Life be lifing
yeah, and then I
sometimes,
was going to
right?
join again. I hate to say it like this, but I was turning 21 when I was about to join, and I was like, do I really want to give up my like I know that you guys party and everything, and you know there is stuff like that happening, but I was just more like, do I really want to give up like not being able to like, I hate to say it, but live the drinking life and the fucking going to
Are
raves and
you kidding
concerts and
me?
I know that you guys do it, but I'm just saying like I didn't want to just put it stop to it right there. I wanted to keep fucking
No.
riding that train, you know?
I
Like
think the longest time you would have to like just put things on hold would be like maybe tops like 6 months of your life.
Tornado said the chair force, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, by the way, Tornado. Real quick,
It's
Sarah Stumbles
yeah,
also on the
absolutely.
Twitch saying said, I got my degree in bartending and don't mean shit in this state. Apparently, thanks to Jeebus, I didn't do 4 years of student debt. Ooh, nice.
Yeah. No, and you know what? There's some people that I mean like dead ass like they just have so much debt that is
Mhm.
literally their whole like they
I'm not
walked out
gonna
with a piece
lie
of
though, man.
paper.
If you're fucking becoming a surgeon or a doctor, you could pay $200,000 in student debt. I'm just saying because you're making $800,000. I
Yeah.
seen those motherfuckers drive them Rolls Royces. All right, I know what you're making because whether that motherfucker
Right.
dies on the table or not, you are still getting paid.
It was like I feel like the advice came from a place where, you know, back in 2006, it was like, and maybe it was a lot of like just my upbringing too,
Yeah,
was that like my dad, or even like my parent, let's put it like that.
yeah,
Um, it was just it's just as simple as, you know, graduate high school, get your diploma, go to college, get your degree, go do your thing,
yeah.
you know,
Get
get
married,
married,
have
have kids.
kids. Yep,
You know,
white
and
picket
people have like
fence.
this like
Yep.
yeah, and not even just a white picket fence, but just, you know, these are things that you're supposed to do
Yep.
within your lifetime or your young adulthood and that. But let me tell you what, boomers, that is not the
Oh,
paradigm.
real
That
quick,
does not
I hate
work.
to go back to mine real quick, but you just reminded me when you said parent. By the way, those of you that know, Sean and I didn't have the best childhood ever, and the reason why I live my life the way I do too, and so crazy and chaotic. Thank you, you just reminded me of this, so I just kind of want to add this snippet there. Is my dad always called me a dumbass, or hey, he always told me you can't do that because you're not smart enough,
Yeah,
and that is
yeah.
why I do the things I do because I'm like, fuck you, old man. I'm,
Yeah,
like
yeah, you
I'm gonna
know,
do it. And
actually,
if you tell me I can't do it, then I am gonna do it. And whether I get in trouble or not, that was a different topic. But
no, I totally relate to that because like I definitely I just did it just because I would do something just because someone would be like, "Oh, you know, there's no way you would have a
yeah,
capacity to do something." I'd be like,
I
hold
remember
hold
a very, very
hold this.
fucking
I got
fucked up
this.
moment, dude. I remember when my aunt looked at me when I was like 6 years old. I always wanted a Mustang at the time. And she was like, yeah,
Mhm.
you'll never be able to afford a Mustang. Bitch, I owned a 370Z Nissan, which isn't like an expensive car, but it was my dream car. So I'm like, fuck
Mhm.
you, bro. Like, I got a Dodge Charger now. Where you at? It's not a Scat Pack, but you know, like I'm trying to get that Hellcat, but you know, but
It's definitely about
yeah, proving them
proving
wrong,
them
bro.
wrong, you
Thank you,
know?
Tornado.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
why.
It
Okay,
really is
continue
about
on
that.
about you, by the way. Enough about me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
already said my advice, but
Yeah, I just remember the expectations being set to such a degree that it was just like once you try to like square, like, this is just not working, that's like, well, what's the B plan?
Yeah.
And, that's another thing that I had to take in consideration in my early life was like have an A plan, a B plan, a C plan, even if B doesn't work out very well.
Yeah.
And that's something that
And that's okay too.
it's,
It's okay. You're not go
yeah,
because I ain't gonna lie. I sometimes get myself like I had one the other day, all my friends are getting married, all my friends are having kids, and I just now kind of sometimes reality check myself like, oh yeah, I can't hit them up no more. I can't go skating no more. I used to be a skateboarder. And we can't spend night at each other's houses and play the PlayStation 2 no more. You know what I'm saying? Like life is now
I mean, we
lifing.
could
Yeah,
technically.
yeah, yeah, and you can, you know what I'm saying? But I'm married too, but what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say is like everybody is like evolving, they're following that ABC pattern, like you said, like
Hmm.
they graduated, they went to college, they're having their kid, they're getting married, and I'm over here like I graduated. Me and my wife met, we got married, now she went to college, now like we're just living
Yeah.
our own lives, we're not following the whole like, oh, we got married, now it's time to have a kid, but I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
sometimes I like come back to my realization like, fuck dude, like I'm the only one on my friend group, but
Yeah. No, I
sometimes
mean,
that
same
fucker
here.
hits,
Because
bro, sometimes that hits.
But yeah, it's same here. I mean, it's not like I haven't been trying to have a baby with my partner here. It's just I don't know what's not working here. But
If you know you know.
if you know, you know. But the
That's
thing is
fucked
like
up. I'm sorry.
being 37 years old and not having kids, like I am living like my best square
Oh yeah, I'm
life
not saying like,
possible.
yeah,
And
yeah. I'm
not
not
saying
saying
that you
that
have to
that's
have
a
kids,
bad
but
thing. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not at all saying like, oh, if you don't get married, if you don't go to college, if you don't have
yeah.
kids, that's not what we're trying to get at all. I'm just saying like
No, not at all.
that is like literally the beginner tutorial rule guide of growing up. It really
Which
is. You
Which
know?
honestly was only I feel like the paradigm was only set up because, again, it was something from the boomers or
Yeah,
from
yeah,
that past
100%.
generation, and they were just like, "Just follow this and you'll be
Yeah,
fine." And it's like,
the wife
no,
stays at
actually,
home, the man works type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's
I'm
what I'm
like
saying
I'm like,
back in their time, where
yeah,
now that's
yeah,
not how that shit goes. Like,
right, yeah, exactly. The expectations for doing that is just never gonna work in
no,
this day and age.
no.
Absolutely not. And I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of folks here who would be listening who go like, "Well, obviously," but it wasn't so obvious
Or
back
you got
then.
that one that
And
was working for me, and that's cool, man. I'm happy for you.
yeah.
I am. I'm happy for you if that's how that works. You figured it out.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, absolutely,
but the
absolutely.
people who want to
And
be fucking rebels now, sure.
seriously, I mean, like, we only had, like, one job, like, again, trying to prove them wrong the
yeah,
whole damn
exactly.
time, you know?
Genetically.
Um, damn, man, yeah, and that's, like I mean, for me, again, going back to, early on with does the did the Navy need me or not, and I had no problems walking away as soon as I got "No, cool, dude,
Yeah,
check out," and I was like, "Plan B,
I
let's
don't need
go."
you.
Or
You need
I
me.
got
You know.
I got 3 years to craft Plan B, and hopefully it
And
works,
that's
you
what my
know?
one buddy did, to at his job. He's an IT worker making
Mhm,
bukus amount of money. I mean, stupid. But that's the problem is he made it to the point that he didn't need them. They needed him. And he
mhm.
abused the fuck out of that system because like at one point he literally told him like, hey, you're gonna pay me another $50,000 or I'm out. And they gave him that $50,000 bonus. And I was like,
Mhm.
I couldn't even get $1 raise at my job. Actually, this is true. And I was like,
Yeah.
and you threatened them because that's how bad they need. Because just like you said, that make it in your life that you don't need the Navy, and that's exactly what he did at his job. He made it to his life where he didn't need them no more. They needed him,
Mhm.
and now
Mhm.
that he's getting sent to everywhere, hell, he just came back from Germany.
Mhm.
Because they're sipping him out like, hey, we need you here. And it's just like, yeah, that's why he could force
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. And I guess, like,
Crazy.
the last bit of advice I have for the fam bam out here who are listening is, and this is a personal story too, because it's happened so many times, and, I give 2 examples. So,
You're good.
there
Let's
I
hear it.
was, fresh so it's, like, fresh 2011, I just got to Fort Sam Houston,
I was
Texas,
12.
right? And I was 24.
Holy shit. All right.
Yeah, um and, uh, I was walking from the barracks, Janky Hall, to I don't need
Just
the
the
Marine Corps
crayons. I
anymore. Just the
love
crayons.
that. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you for your
Um,
service, by the way, as I tell everybody, by the
I
way,
think I know exactly who this guy
Tornado.
is.
Oh,
Actually,
do
Jada
you?
Tornado. I think I know who this is, and I'm
That's
gonna bring. I'm
crazy.
gonna. I was actually without thinking about who this guy is. I think I know who this guy is. So he's gonna probably be like, oh, but thank you. um, so there I was in San Antonio, and I was walking from Janky Hall to the BX, which is pretty much like the store or
Right.
the commissary,
Right.
and so I was walking that direction, and this guy, this random, person. It could have been an
He
air
sent
guy from the
laughing
chair force,
emojis.
or
I think he does.
yeah,
And by the
yeah.
way,
Um, and this guy pulls over, rolls down his window, says, "Hey man, where you going?" I told him. He goes, "Hop in, I'll give you a ride." It was stupid fucking hot out. Okay, and I wasn't in like normal clothes. I was in my uniform. Okay, because that's the only uniform we could have walked around
right.
on
Right.
base. So layers of just stupid, unbreathable clothing. And so we get there, he says, and on the way there, I told him, like, "Hey man, I'm really gracious, like it's stupid hot out, and thank you. You just made like the whole trip, so much easier." And he said to me, and again, I didn't have a car. I sold my Dodge Neon before I joined the military.
Oh
So
shit.
not only was I homeless, but I was also carless. But then, everything kind of worked out for that time. And I remember him telling me that if at any point in time that you can help someone else out, do it.
Damn.
Pass this on, right? Pass this on is what he said. So that always stuck to me. I don't remember his last name. I don't even know his first name. He was just a random stranger who just did a really awesome, nice deed for me. And so I did that. And so any opportunity that came along where I was able to provide a ride, I did the same thing. And I always played in the back of my head that guy that pulled over in the middle of Fort Sam Houston, Texas, helped me, and I'm carrying this on. And I told other people like who ride shotgun this story and would tell them pass it on as well.
Keep that
And
good
then like
vibe,
even like
man.
right, and then like even like moving here to California, and the process of setting up home base here. If it wasn't for the graciousness of one of my friends who was like, "Hey, like you're sleeping on the floor," like, "Nah, dude, like come live in my apartment, like live on the couch," or "I
Right.
don't even live here," and it was such a like a setup of this graciousness, and at the same time, you know like literally taking like your shirt off of off of your back to put it on somebody else's.
Right.
And like that kind of moment, like you can never write that, you can never like plan those moments out where someone is going to take the time to help anybody else,
Right.
when they need it, if they need it. And it's just open. I would just say like the advice is open your eyes and see opportunities where if you're able to help someone, do it, because that moment will pass. And you can still ask, you know over and over and over again. The thing is, like, even if the person says no, don't take it to heart. It's just, sometimes people just don't. Hopefully the message is coming to them, that they are seen, and they have, at least in their corner, someone who is supporting them, or who's helpful, or is a real friend and doesn't have a problem, or doesn't mind helping you when you need it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that right there, like passing that good energy and vibes off to like other people
Oh
when you
yeah.
have the opportunity to do that.
Because
Oh my
I'm a
gosh.
firm
Like,
believer, or firm believer, I should say. I'm a firm believer. If you don't know what's going on in somebody else's life, you know.
yeah,
So like,
absolutely.
yep.
Absolutely. And that's why it's like, again, it comes right down to having that courage to say something to someone, or, having the commitment to, just put out that energy to just be be something positive for somebody else. You know what I mean? The opportunities don't like actively go looking out for
Oh
them, but
yeah,
at least have like an
yeah,
open mindset to
yeah.
be like, don't be a superhero. But yeah,
So it's like
you
they
know.
stole my purse now.
Right. But like no, like I'm just saying like keep in the mindset that like yeah, if you see someone, friend, family or otherwise, and because like even for myself like damn man, 37, I don't keep in touch with most of my family members. In
Nah,
fact, most of my family members are just friends.
yeah,
And I keep my life going as a revolving door. Either you're in or you're out, and it's
yep,
okay, but just let a boy know.
yeah, yeah. I feel you, man.
So
I feel
that
you.
way it's not a fucking guessing game for me.
Right.
So yeah, that's my advice to everyone. And thank you
Yeah,
so much for sharing your own too there, Dom. Like
absolutely.
seriously. Yeah. Like
I
for
know
real.
mine's kind of lame, but like that's just how I live it, man. I just live my life, dude.
Not
Whatever.
even lame at
Well,
all. Like it's totally relatable because I know I mean I find myself doing that a lot too,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Absolutely. It's also like I've learned with like your advice as well is like providing a safe space or at least a comfortability for
yeah.
so that way they're not, whatever their extremes are
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever, it's
yeah.
it's theirs and not somebody else's too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, for the audience here, if we're gonna wrap this up for
Yeah,
tonight,
absolutely.
we would love to hear from you guys down in the comments down below of what you would love for us to talk about, subject matter or otherwise, video games, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all those things. For future episodes, we'd love to even like questions that you have. We would love to answer them as well. Don't forget, if you had a lot of fun here and not already following, please consider smashing the follow button. Every follow means the world to us. And if you're feeling extra spicy, a sub helps supporting the stream directly. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts for free. Just literally click the subscribe button, and that just means the world to us as well. Thank you to the moderators, and thank you to the listeners as well. And Rastrophic, Dom, where can people come and follow you and see what you're up to every
I'm
so often?
Radistrophic on Twitch and YouTube and everything. And just like what we said before, especially for our new chatter here, Tornado and everything. Uh, By the way, if you guys are into derbies and everything, here in 2 more weeks, I will be vlogging on the GoPro and everything and having the
Oh yeah,
GoPro
I'm
set
so
up.
excited for this.
Yeah, it's some demolition derby vlogs, so I'm gonna be in it and I'm gonna win it. So just remember as Ratastrophics, that's RATASTROPHIC on Twitch and YouTube. I killed it because I was looking at my name over here for once. But yeah, so just Twitch and YouTube, man. That's all I do. And like I said, here soon we'll be doing some demolition derby vlogs. So if you're into that shit, make sure you tune in and check that out. Just like Sean said, every view matters like $1 million to me. So
Yeah, absolutely. And for myself, you can check out seangraves.net. You can also check us out on theevilhour.com for the
which I
podcast
like
here.
about
And
YouTube, I pinned that, so it is a pinned message
nice.
on it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I love that. Freaking and I stream as well on Wednesdays and Fridays doing
Oh,
action adventure. What's up?
oh, that's what I meant to say too. Is I live stream on Twitch mainly every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You just remind me of that. So
Right? Love you too, buddy.
yeah.
And
Also, Tornado. He for you that the English here. If you have
Englishing.
any podcast recommendations, as in what you would like for us to talk about next, you are more than free to comment on what you think we should talk about next. We have taken requests from many of viewers
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah, about
Seriously.
what 3 or 4 now we have done
Sports was the
sports.
last one. That was the
We
hardest one for me. I
that
would like
was
sports.
yeah, that was hard. But yeah, if you have any recommendations to what to do on our podcast in the next stream, let us know. By the way, we do the podcast bi-weekly. Since you're new here, I'm kind
Yeah.
of filling you in. So yeah, so bi-weekly we will be doing it. So if you could think of anything, just let us know and we will touch it on either the following or whenever. So
Or whenever, schedules
yeah,
allow, because I know you got that derby going on
yeah,
in the near
yeah,
future
I'm gonna
too,
be
man. Yeah.
very
Um Yeah, so I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays and doing this thing every other week. And yeah, that's really it. That's the business right there, my guy.
Yes,
So
sir.
next time we'll be doing the same thing we do every night, surviving. And my name is Sean Graves, and this guy over here, his name is.
I'm Rastrophic.
Wishing you all the best until next time. Unpleasant dreams.
Real quick, what Tornado said, I like that. Your perspective on relationships, and Alice
Ooh.
Gaming said aliens would be lit. Oof.
My
That's some
my
good
perspective
ones.
relationships on aliens.
No,
I love
no,
it.
no, no, no. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I might live stream later on after all this, so I will
Hell
be
yeah.
live again. But